Hello and welcome. My name is Team Shaz and welcome to my channel. This is another episode of Exploring AI. This is a web series where I review AI products from this website called Futurepedia, and I just give my thoughts and see what kind of use cases it has. This is a new and growing industry and I'm excited to be checking out these new products. Today we're going to be looking at a phone application called Auri.AI. Auri.AI implements AI technology into your keyboard on your phone. So this is really good for any writing tasks, makes your writing process a lot faster. So speed and quality. Without wasting any more time, we're going to go straight into the app and I'm going to show you how I installed it to setting it up and giving a few examples of its features. I also want to give a shout out to Futurepedia.io on Twitter. It's a cool website. I get all my new AI tools from here, so do check it out. And I also want to give a shout out to Auri.AI on Twitter. I think this is a very cool app, and I believe, in the future, this is just going to be the way people are going to be using their phones and typing. We're going to have AI technology helping us with typing. So it shows a lot of potential for sure. Before we continue, I just want to talk about the main features of Auri.ai. The features that were mentioned are continue writing, which is when you're typing, you press this button in your keyboard and an AI will start writing a few more sentences ahead. Spelling and grammar correction, as the name suggests. This will check the spelling and the grammar of the text. Help me write. This is when a prompt opens up and you can basically type in what you would like the AI to type, and it'll do that for you. Paraphrase is when you already have a given text and you want to change the tone of it. And there's different tones from professional, interested, not interested, angry. And you can also translate whatever text into 15 or 25 plus different languages, I believe. There's also email replies where you can respond to emails on any application. It'll analyze the email that you received and it will respond with a given tone. And last but not least, if you subscribe to their pro features, not only will you get all the features just mentioned over here, but you can also customize your keyboard with different themes. So this is Futurepedia. This is where I get all my AI tools. So do check it out. I just want to give a quick shout out here. So here's Auri.AI. I'm going to go to the installation now. So here we are on the App Store. I'm just downloading Auri.ai, the writing assistant. And as you can see, once you go through, you just allow the access. That's up to you. But then the first thing it shows is the features, and you can slide through. You can see an example of checking your spelling and grammar, of continue writing, having writer's block. So a great tool. So you just go over and you click on allow full access in order to use Auri.ai. Now we're going to check out some examples. The first thing we're going to do is the continue writing example. So over here on my notes app, I have put some ChatGPT generated cliffhangers, and the continue writing feature is going to continue writing. So here we go. So we can see we have the story here. It ended with a cliffhanger, and the AI is continuing off where the story ended. So I think this is just a cool way to test out this feature. It stops halfway through the sentence, but you can also click it again. It'll go through, and then I do the same thing with another story. So this is a cool way to test this feature out. Now I want to talk about grammar and spelling. So over here I've taken the same stories, and with ChatGPT I asked it to purposely misspell a lot of the words. And over here you can see that I use the grammar button, which is the checking for spelling and grammar. And once I click it, it takes a second, and as you can see, it's not always as fast when you have a lot of text. But in this case, it just had to go up and down a few times. It had to load, and then it instantly cleaned everything up. So this is cool because I also do want to note that when you're using this keyboard, I find that the typing can sometimes be a little clunky. It's not as smooth as the regular iOS keyboard, but this is great because once you're typing, if you make some errors, uh, you can clear it up with this feature. Now I want to show you the help me write feature. So over here you can see I also have a different style keyboard. So a prompt comes up when you click that button, and I asked this AI to write me a list of essentials I would need for a weekend getaway, and it gave me a full list. And I find it funny that the format put in the numbers, but maybe that's the Notes app that did that, where you see each number twice. But overall, I think this is also a cool feature if you want to just get ideas listed out on the go. The paraphrase feature is also really cool. So I just made this little quick little couple of sentences and I wanted to change up the tone. I clicked on professional. So I basically was saying that, hey Catherine, I'm sick, I'm not feeling so well, I'm not gonna come to work. And if I'm sick, I just type it how I would normally type it. And this application will help transform that message into a more professional tone, which is, I think, really cool. And translation. Then there's also translation, which is really cool. I think this is the coolest feature out of all of them. If you have a given text and you're communicating with someone, you can just highlight all the text that you want translated, as you can see over here, and you have a list of like at least 25 different languages, from Mandarin to Japanese to German to French, you name it. And I think that's a really cool feature that you can also change the language of text on the go without having to go on Google or ChatGPT and typing it out yourself. I also wanted to show you the email reply. This is the email I did for the last video. And over here, it's super cool because into the keyboard on any app, I can click a tone. It will analyze the email that was sent to me and it will come up with a response, as we can see over here. Now that we went over all the features, I did want to talk about a few quirks to this app. So I'm going to show you what it's like typing with this keyboard. Over here with this really cool red theme I have over here. I'm just trying to type as I normally would, and I don't usually make as many spelling mistakes. I feel like this is one way the application can be improved upon if it was just optimized better. I have the latest version of iOS, but this is a new app at the end of the day. So I would understand if it's not completely smooth in terms of its typing. But overall, the UI is very cool. I personally think if the buttons were put in the bottom side of the keyboard, that would save a lot of space so that there's less of an indentation on the top of the keyboard. But overall, it's okay. But I think the typing just needs to be worked on a bit. If it's just a bit of a smoother keyboard, I think I will be using this as my regular keyboard then, because I found myself switching over to the regular iPhone keyboard, and when I want to do an AI feature, I would switch back to Auri.AI. So yeah. I also wanted to mention that there's an in-app chatbot that you can also access. It's kind of like having ChatGPT inside an application, to be honest. But here's an example of me just, asking it a couple of questions. You can converse with it. You can ask it questions. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have this on the go. I think it'd be kind of helpful to have instead of logging into ChatGPT every time. And yeah, so that was Auri.AI. Overall, I think it's a very cool app. I believe it has a lot of potential of just, like for being like a primary keyboard for a lot of people. People who genuinely are on their phones a lot, communicating with a lot of people, whether it's for their business or for whatever it may be. I still think that the keyboard needs to be a bit more optimized so that there's not a lot of misspelling happening when the user is giving its keyboard input. I think the themes are great and all the features have their use cases, and I think it's perfect to have all in one little spot that you can access really quickly, whether you wanted to write something for you, whether you wanted to fix your text, or whether you want to translate the text, or even change the tone of whatever you've written down. So it's super cool. I also want to talk about the pricing. For yearly access, you can get it for $100 in Canadian dollars, which is not bad. But I personally don't see myself needing an AI tool for communicating on my phone um, as hectic. I'm more so on my laptop, but maybe once I start professionally working and I'm responding to a lot more emails, I'm definitely going to come back to this app. And yeah, you can also get it for $20 a month, but a yearly subscription seems to make more sense. You're saving 58%. Anyways, guys, that was episode 4 of Exploring AI. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, check out my Twitter, and have a good day.